Again, my name is Aishel Sinclair Pearson, and I am going to start my video vlogs about weather. This is the beginning of the year, it's January, it's 2018. I understand I've been posting on social media lately, but I have not gotten a chance to actually sit in front of my camera and start recording. Now I got the chance to, and I have all my notes and stuff together. I'm going to make it possible to try and post every Friday, if not mostly whenever I can. I will be posting on social media when I actually do post these videos. So, like I said, if you want, you can like and subscribe my video. There will be more videos coming. If you can pass the word around to your friends or whoever might be interested or would like to actually learn more about weather. So with that being said, we're going to get started. So, on the contrary, I don't know how many of you guys actually know what weather is. So I'm going to break it down. Weather, it is a state of atmosphere which describes weather as something like maybe it being hot and cold, or the weather being wet or dry, or presumably calm or stormy. Now, how weather is actually developed is developed through the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is a blanket of air, which makes it possible for all living things to be here on Earth, and also it makes it possible for things to grow and people to breathe and etc. Now, with that being said, the atmosphere is made of two different types of gas. You have oxygen, which is the air that we breathe in, and we have another set of gas, which is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is being used for plants to feed off of, so that way plants can produce food and also to grow. That's how most neighbors have their pretty little gardens, or people are able to grow grass. Now, also, the atmosphere is known to actually control the temperature of the Earth. So it keeps Earth from getting too hot, and especially in the daytime, even in the summer, or it keeps Earth from getting too cold at nighttime. So I'm going to move on, and just to give you guys a little quick reference, I had a little draw up. I don't know if you guys can see it any better. I probably should have wrote it backwards, but basically you have space. I'll just show it. No. You have space. You have the atmosphere. You have the troposphere. The troposphere is actually where the weather would start. And you have Earth. So the atmosphere is actually hundreds of miles thick, and the weather happens in the bottom part of the troposphere, which is 10 miles. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Oh, now here is something that I'll always get a lot. I always get when people ask me what I really want to major in, I tell them I want to be a meteorologist. And it seems as like no one understands exactly what a meteorologist is or what they do. So now I'm going to break it up. A meteorologist is someone who actually predicts the weather. My field, what I'm trying to go into, I'm actually going to be on TV broadcasting the weather, as well as I'm going to be out in the storms giving people feedback, giving people update, excuse me, and also telling people whether the conditions are fair that they can go and travel in, or if the conditions are too strong and they have to stay indoors and stay safe. Meteorologist comes from the Greek word meaning happening in the skies. I kind of learned that little theory back in elementary school. Thank you to my teachers. Meteorologists are also known to use many tools to gather information about the weather. So it's always important to have all that information. We have people up in the skies, astronauts, and what they do is they'll take satellite pictures of the Earth and send it to us, and from there show us what is happening here on Earth, whether it be seeing if a tornado is going to be formed or coming down to watching how big. To become a meteorologist, you have to understand how to do math, you have to understand the science, and you have to understand how to do computer programming as well. But the important thing is you have to be mostly into the weather. You have to have a love of weather, because if you don't, it's just going to be probably boring in your position, where a person who loves the weather is going to be fun in their position. Well, with that being said, I'm going to move on to my next topic, and that is talking about the different instruments that we actually use accordingly to being a meteorologist. So the different instruments that we normally use, one of them is a barometer. A barometer measures the air pressure. We got the hydrometer. The hydrometer measures the humidity of the air, if it's too high or too low. We have a thermometer. The thermometer tells us whether it is too hot outside or too cold outside. Keeps us track of the temperature. We have an anemometer. Anemometer measures the wind speed. So like when we have windy days, you see this little thing on the top of the roof and it's spinning really fast. It looks like little cups on a stick, but that measures the wind speed. We have a wind vine, which shows us the direction of the wind. So I know you guys watch cartoons. If you ever seen a little wind vine on the top, with a little rooster, and you see north and south and all that stuff, that tells us the direction of the wind and where it's going. And we have the rain gauges. I believe it's called rain gauge, and it measures the rainfall, how much rainfall we get per day, or if we have rain throughout the week, how much rain we get per week. Now, weather can be like a really fascinating thing. Like I said, I was into the weather when I was 7 years old. So what caught my attention is storms. I love storms. And from that point on, I kind of had a fascinating thing for weather. But if there's anything that I have left out, please feel free to make a comment below. Also, I would write this down, but I'm going to leave it under my subscription list. If you go to my information, if you can follow my Instagram, you can follow my Twitter, and you can follow my Facebook. My Facebook is Shelly Sinclair. My Instagram is Meteorologist Pearson. And I believe my Twitter is Meteorologist Sinclair, but I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm going to have all my information down below. Like I said, like and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Next week, our topic is going to be about clouds. Different types of clouds, and which clouds produce the most dangerous storms. Catch you guys next time.